Cleo Lewis is an ordained pastor, and his church, as he would tell you, is in the streets.
I could go out and look for people that were dealing with the same circumstances I was and to give them hope and direction to change.
After his service in the military, Cleo became a Phoenix police officer. By the late 80s, he was serving on the drug task force.
And as a result of being on that task force, I was trained into doing narcotic sales, undercover narcotic sales. Went into a place and got myself into a situation where it was a forced use situation where I was forced to use crack cocaine.
Literally with a gun to his head, as he tells it, to prove he wasn't a cop.
Sometime later, I started using drugs on my own.
When Phoenix police found drugs in his system after a drug test, Cleo was fired, charged with drug crimes, and sent to prison. Following his release, he was unemployed and facing addiction. Cleo ended up on the streets for a decade before he found hope again.
Cass was exactly what I needed at the right time. I had so many issues. I consider myself probably the worst case scenario of anyone that's ever been to Cass. And it took about a year for me to rebound to a sense of stability and purpose.
As with all good stories of redemption, Cleo's knowledge of prison life and life on the streets has given him the keen insight to reach as many of those on the streets as he can. While Cleo misses his job as a cop, he admits he wouldn't trade any of his experiences. His past is how he can help others have a future.
There's not a billboard out there saying, if you're homeless, call this number or do this or do that. You have to find somebody that has been either through it or to it that can give you some ideas on how to get help. And that help has to be tailored towards your situation.
You just heard there the impact that your donation can have here in our community. I'm joined now live with Cleo. Good morning. You are answering the phones this morning.
Yes.
This is important for you.
Yes, it's absolutely important for me because 13 years ago, Cass was here for me. And this is one of the ways I give back. I mean, we can talk a lot about shelters, but when you've been in a shelter, it kind of gets emotional when you think about it because it's early in the morning, but when I was homeless, early in the morning was all the time. And just to be down here, just to have the privilege of recovering from probably the worst situation I ever dealt with, to come back, to be able to come back and encourage other people. I don't know if you're homeless, but everybody can help with the compassion that Cass gives to everyone else.
And just a little bit of money can make a huge difference. If you're sitting at home this morning, maybe you're enjoying a cup of coffee, you can think about the people that are struggling, and a little bit of a donation can make a huge impact.
Absolutely. Think about what the price of a cup of coffee is, $3, $4, maybe $5. If, say, 1,000 people did that, we can put probably 400 to 500 people at the front door of Cass. Cass is small when we look at shelters, but it makes a big impact. And we can start making small differences. I know if you have a large donation, we'll take that too.
We will.
We definitely will, but small donations change hearts and it impacts people. And, you know, I'm down here because it worked for me. And if it'll work for me, it'll work for anybody.
It can work for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Cleo,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Again, you can call and talk with Cleo this morning and make that donation. It is so simple. I want to share with you where our donations are at right now. Are you ready to hear the number?
I'm ready.
Okay, $5,526. That's where we're at. A big round of applause for that number. And we would like, of course, for that number to get on up there and grow a little bit this morning. You can make a donation. I want to check the phone number, make sure I get it right for you here. 602-256-6945. You can also visit cassaz.org/shelter. We cannot wait to talk to you. Thank you so much for everyone that's donated so far. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, not a bad start. We're just getting rolling
Awesome.
here.
And don't forget, sponsors are doubling, so this is huge.
Really good to hear from Cleo there, too. A perfect example of how your money helps out, helps your neighbors. And thanks to Carol in Fountain Hills, already donating this morning. If you want to help out, here's an easy way to do it. Point your phone and the camera at your screen. That QR code you see there will guide you right to the main donation page for Cass.